Hello, everybody. Welcome inside OH Report World Headquarters in Mansfield, Ohio. I am Travis Big League Berardi, and that is Hayden String Bean Gray. He has the new nickname, and we're going to show it off for you tonight. But Hayden is really excited to get into these girls' statistical leaders in scoring, rebounding, and assists. And like I said, he's so excited. Let's get right into the thick of things. First with our scoring leaders, led once again by Corey Vermilya, the sensational sophomore, 841 total points in 1.5 seasons. It's just phenomenal. 26.1 points per game so far this season. Emily Cecil at Buckeye Central, 19.8. And then Corey's 1,000-point scoring teammate, Shaylin Williams, right there in third with 19.1, Hayden.
Yeah, those Loudonville Lady Redbirds, they do find a way to get onto this list, and it's extremely impressive. They have the two of them up there with such high averages, as you just talked about. Vermilya, only a sophomore, and arguably they will make it to the postseason and probably make a bit of a run. So there's a sneaky chance she could even sneak up to 1,000 in that tournament time. But I'm going to highlight a girl that we haven't had until we have received their stats on this list, and that's Lucas's Shelby Grover. And that's another girl who is really, really the offensive juggernaut for her team. Shelby virtually fuels their offense. We've seen what happens in games when she doesn't play, and she does more than just score, but she's averaging 18.9 points for the Lady Cubs and allowing them to still, compete for what they would like to and try and pick up some resume wins as we near tournament time.
Rounding out the top 5 is Hannah Logan of River Valley. You saw her upset Cardington last week on the OH Report. Justice Steinman Ross in 6th from Harding. Kaylin Risner from Colonel Crawford, 17.1 points per game at 7th. Becca Conrad from the Clear Fork Lady Colts, they're still rolling along at 16.4 points per game. Faith Kuhn of Madison at 15.9. And then rounding out the top 10, welcome to the top 10, newly 1,000-point scorer, Olivia Baker, 15.6 points per game. She finishes out the top 10. But there is our scoring leaders here in North Central Ohio. Let's now take a look at our rebounding leaders, led by, who else? Corey Vermilya now at 12.7. She has surpassed Becca Conrad at number 2 with 11.
Yeah, that's another impressive statistic for me for the sophomore. Nearly 13 boards per game, and I just am surprised when I see that because, she's not the tallest. Height doesn't always equate maximum rebounds for anyone on the floor, but I would say she's very much shorter than Becca Conrad, who's still putting in solid work at second on our list. So for the Clear Fork Lady Colts, as you mentioned, they've been having a very good year, and she's been a big part of that. When she is in that lineup, they just have a different element that you got to respect the inside and outside game for the Lady Colts. So a big part of why they have put together such a strong season. Then you got Kirsten Cook from Seneca East at 10.6 and Avery McMillan from Winford at 10.1.
Number 5, Emily Klopp from Mohawk at 9.3, tied with Faith Kuhn of Madison. So she's in there in rebounding and scoring, just like Becca Conrad at 9.3 points per game. 9.2 is Emma Tyrell of Bucyrus. Kate Wagner from Winford, right behind her at 9.1. Shelby Grover once again, too. So we have a few players that are in the top 10 in both scoring and rebounding. She's there at 8.9. And then Emma West from Highland rounds things out with 8.5 points per game. So there are your rebounding leaders. Let's round things out here with the assist leaders, and they are led by Emily Cecil of Buckeye Central, state-ranked Buckeye Central. Only one loss on the year, 5.3 assists per game. Grace Gray from Worcester right behind her at 4.9. And Sophie Neese right behind her, tied with Nora Levy at 4.8.
Yeah, so I always love this category particularly because you find out right away who some of those offensive leaders are that don't always come directly from points. You find out some of those court generals that are dishing the ball, finding their teammates and creating open looks. Shelby Grover, another name on there that we've just seen in the last couple categories. So, she could have a shot if she really started grinding out in these last few games at working her way up at a potential triple crown. But I'm going to jump down a little bit, and someone we did refer to, they were upset the other week against the River Valley Lady Vikings, but Cambry Edwards been doing a nice job for the Cardington Lady Pirates this year. She's averaging 4.1 assists per game, and I think they give themselves another chance to do some work. Obviously, just a dominant presence this team has had in the KMAC conference as well as in tournament play and in regular season play. And you can tell that she's a true leader on the court for the Lady Pirates. So a nice job from Cambry.
So you have Cambry down there at number 9. Auburn Meyer from Mansfield Christian. She breaks into the top 10, averaging 4 assists per game. But that's the great thing about these players in North Central Ohio. You have to have 4 assists per game just to crack the top 10. Levy at 4. Alex Majors from East Knox. They put up a big fight against Loudonville on Wednesday night. Big game for East Knox, showing that they can compete with some of the best. Shelby Grover once again. So she's in there, all 3 categories, averaging 4.3. Grace Walton at 4.1, tied with Riley Nye and Cambry Edwards. So there you have it, our statistical leaders for scoring, rebounding, and assists from the girls. Make sure to stay tuned as the season concludes here in the next couple of weeks. We'll find out who our champions are for all 3. But for now, I'm Travis, that's Hayden, and we out.